quiet quitting, when done with proper management, is actually great work-life balance.
NANI? Dynamite! Dynamite!
Facts. All right, party people. My name's Heero. This is the Identity Booth. This concept is so crazy to me. Anti-work Redditors say quiet quitting really means just doing your job. And I detect no cap there. Clap it. Drop a bomb. Quiet quitting isn't anything new. And if you're black and you work in corporate America or any place where the demographics puts you as a minority still, this is still a thing. But here's another secret. This is even a thing if you're not the minority. This is a thing outright. This is the consequence of capitalism. Because as capitalism has taught businesses to do whatever it takes to turn a profit, it has in turn taught employees to do the bare minimum to not get fired, because the company needs you to make money and you need the company to make money. You both work in tandem. You're like Venom and Eddie Brock, except less black people are in charge. Because we know Venom's the real one in charge, right? We know Venom's in charge, right? That's the only situation where a black person's in charge. But quiet quitting is something that has been going on, which is basically, let me explain what it is. Quiet quitting is when you as an employee do the bare minimum of your job to not get fired or be reprimanded. You clock in when you're supposed to, you clock out when you're supposed to, and you don't, hey, we're all going to stay after work. Am I getting paid to stay after work? Nope. All right, I'm leaving. Hey, we're all staying after work to do this. And we getting paid? Yes. Well, I'm still not doing it. Like, you're not trying to be part of the team. This is not giving family vibes. Like, one of my favorite catchlines, hey, we're here. We're all like a family. Oh, that's funny because my family's back home. So that's where I'm going. But y'all let me know if y'all want to adopt me or some shit, because y'all wasn't there shooting with me in the gym. On MSM, they've been going off about quiet quitting. Like, it's not under my pay grade, then no. Exactly. So, and I'll talk about my own personal experience with quiet quitting, because I think this is not an exclusively a black thing. I know it's a lot of black people have to default to this, but I'm going to give you the part that people should be talking about, which is loud quitting. Loud quitting. Wait till you hear the concept on this. So for me, quiet quitting is something I've probably done with at least 70% of my jobs. In fact, the current job I have is probably the first job where, and this is a shocker, they actually encourage quiet quitting. What? Aww. They want you to quiet quit? Yes. This is the first job I've ever had where if they see me logged on after clock out, I get a message like, hey, log off. I've been encouraged to, I've been on vacation more times this year than I have been in the last 2 years. Granted, there was a pandemic and I'm a healthcare worker. I got it. But I've been told, go on vacation. In fact, I'm being forced on vacation next week, Friday through Monday. So I have a 5-day off the top. Clap it. Be in here. I might go work out a different state for a week or two. But the thing that was kind of crazy to me was quiet quitting, when done with proper management, is actually great work-life balance. If your manager doesn't encourage you to do your work within the allotted hours, if they don't see the prevalence of that, and managers are under pressure too, but I don't ever want to be the person at the slab cutting someone else's back up for the sake of my own hide. I would rather step on those nails before lay someone else down to make it across the rails. And if that's not the manager you have, then maybe you shouldn't be working there in the first place. But hey, pandemic, recession, we got to make money how we got to make money. So quiet quitting falls into those categories for me. Me personally, when I was a younger version of me, I used to go above and beyond constantly to try and gain the notoriety, to try and gain the appreciation, the like of my colleagues. And maybe I'm not just a likable person. Maybe I'm only a likable person from a distance. Maybe. But let's talk about this other concept called loud quitting that everyone needs to be talking about. What is loud quitting? Well, it's just the opposite. It is doing everything in your power to be an outstanding role model, to be a great employee, to be there to back and help out your system, and still be put on a hit list to be removed or terminated regardless of whatever you do. It is you never getting to move up in the company because the top role is being taken up by a bunch of old farts who refuse to leave. And you continue to bring up the fact that you are going above and beyond. They can't disprove that you're not going above and beyond. You have the metrics to back it up. You have the receipts. You're too fucking loud. It's time for you to quit. And they push you out. They find the most minute thing. You didn't dot your I's and cross your T's. That was literally something written in my report. I put a comma in the middle of a sentence on accident. And they said he's not clear with his instructions. And when asked about that by my lawyer, they said he put a comma in the middle of a sentence that didn't belong there. Needless to say, I got a nice little settlement out of that. But loud quitting is something that black people or people of color or minorities feel they have to do in order to fit in. They have to be present. They have to smile. They have to have their hair a certain way. They have to dress a certain way. They have to smell, talk, and move a certain way. They have to be different in order for them to just make way. And the moment you slip up just a little bit, the moment it becomes too hard for you to keep up the facade, you then become a problem. There has to be a culling of this type of behavior at work. And I'll say it again. I'm happy with what I'm doing right now. This is the happiest I've ever been. But back in the day when I was at these other bum spots, I had no qualms putting my paycheck above everything, including, for lack of better words, the hospital I was working in. Fuck that hospital. There ain't no way. They making $1,500 off a saline bag, and I'm supposed to be worried about metrics and charts like this for someone else? No, pay me my money and let me go. The thing that I ultimately want to close off with on this whole thing is if you are in a predicament or a situation where you find yourself, not liking what you're doing, create that conversation. Have that conversation that you can have with people you work with and build a case. And don't be afraid to document situations that happen at your workplace. Trust me, HR would much rather pay you to stay quiet than anything else. So don't let these companies mistreat you. Document, record. And there's a bunch of times they'll be like, it's illegal it's against the company's rules to record conversations. It's not against the law, so I'm gonna do it and write them reports to the Better Business Bureau. Somebody gonna reach out to you. Some lawyer's gonna reach out to you and try and make some money, and that's what I did. So clap it. Quiet quit, because a good boss will say do it, and a bad boss will say you're wrong for trying to be balanced in your work life status, which is wrong. Life's too short to be miserable.